Nah, I'm supposed to be a crazy man. When I seen it going, that really got me. I don't like that stuff got to be hot.
Good morning, everyone. You're listening to the Us Guyz podcast, episode 72 for June 7th, 2020. I'm the Bedazzler. I'm here with THC.
Good morning.
Uncle Meats.
Good morning.
The Reverend Rickety.
How you doing?
The Council of Elders. We have come together. Uncle Meats is wearing his Game of Thrones
What is this
robe.
It's a cloak.
It's a cloak.
It's
got
glorious.
fur on top.
It is glorious.
It's definitely a winter cloak.
It is. It's heavy.
Let's get a picture of that there.
That's
Uncle.
glorious.
Do I
Yeah.
look hot?
Yeah.
Yep.
About as hot as a volcano.
Head is not square.
It's not.
There we go.
Like that's a Hungarian stereotype. Am I correct? Have you ever heard that before, Rickety?
I look tired, don't I?
The Hungarian stereotype of.
Old and tired.
Square heads?
worn out.
You look like a worn
Yeah.
mountain.
They used to call them squareheads back in the old days in the
Yeah.
West.
Yeah, they called my dad Box.
Box?
Yeah, that was his nickname. He hated it.
That's
Really?
what my dad
Like
called
a
my mom.
lunchbox.
Box?
Boxhead. Boxhead.
Boxhead.
Yeah.
Like their
Yeah.
heads were
Square.
formed like a clay brick.
Yep.
My mom used to call me Frankie, like Frankenstein.
Mmm.
They used to make fun of me
Nice.
all the time about my
Well,
big
I don't see why they wouldn't make fun of you. I
Yeah.
mean, you're pretty.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on.
I would like to
There's a
think
lot
they would
going
show
on.
some restraint.
Well, they're your parents. They got to let you in on it, man. Like, my mom would come at me right away. She let me know what everybody else was going to get on me about.
Prep you for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's part of raising somebody up.
I used to just get the beat down. I'll be like, I'll tell you later what it was about. Like,
Wow.
just get worked over. I'll tell you later what that was about.
Preemptive beating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you did something wrong.
Did you take a lot of ass kickings when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Old Box got on you, huh? Or was it the mom?
Not mom. Dad.
Not the mom, the
Yeah.
dad. Yeah. Would he hit you with anything or
No.
just his hands? No.
No.
He'd fuck you up though, huh?
He got to a point where I got bigger than him,
Yeah.
and he's like, "You're holding back." I know you're holding back. So, yeah, the first time you throw your old man on his ass is not a fun time, but
Oh,
it
no
happens.
shit. Oh, you would fight him back?
Yeah, well, he made me. He was like,
Square up.
Square up, motherfucker.
yeah,
Let's go.
he's a military man. Like, he was, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, he had some aggro.
So whenever he
Absolutely.
took it out on you, he wanted you to fight back, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sort of similar to my dad's growing up.
Really? Like his dad wanted him to fight back?
I don't think that he wanted him to fight back, but he was like a tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually my dad got old enough, like when he was 18, he whooped his dad's ass in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the family, his younger brothers
Was that
and
in
sisters.
the longhouse around the fire pit?
It was in Cleveland.
Can you, let me ask you this. When I talk into the microphone, can you hear how I sound?
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go. When he talks
Yeah.
to the
Too far
microphone.
away? I'm sorry. I don't like doing this because it's phallic.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. There's one here
That's
not.
even worse. That's submissive phallic. Because
Well,
I'm underneath it looking up at it.
I would say you got a lot of repressed
I don't.
issues if everything
Let's change
around
the
you.
subject.
Is that what your dream was about?
No.
Yeah, what was your dream
Dangling
about?
dongs.
All right. So anyway, my dad beat up the dude, my grandfather, and the family cheered him on, like hit him again, hit him again. But he wasn't like, I want you to fight me. He just got his ass whooped, and then it changed the whole structure of the family. But anyway,
How old were you, for one second, Rick, how old were you when your dad wanted you to start fighting back? Or when you got the
Around 14.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was just whooping your ass, and he was like, come on, you got to give me something here.
Yeah, he
Something
was
to
he
work
was just
with."
pushing me. He was trying like, you're soft. You grew up with 3 sisters. Like, world's a little tougher than you are.
Oh,
you know, so
no
he,
shit.
Oh, he was prepping you then.
Yeah, he
You were
definitely
because you were
yeah,
the baby.
Yeah, yeah. And I definitely got special treatment as a baby, but
So your dad wasn't so much the tyrant type.
no. He was definitely trying to raise me properly.
He was learning you.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so what was your nightmare about?
oh, all right. So I usually don't remember my dreams, or if I don't. I think I don't dream really, but you supposedly do. I don't sleep long enough. But anyway, it was real dark out and like moonlit, and a couple street lights, like that yellow street lights, and it's all wet out. Like it wasn't raining, but it had been raining, and all the roads were real muddy, and there were
Muddy roads.
muddy roads and like ruts cut into the mud.
Was
you
this
know?
like back in the old country?
This was, I don't know where it was. I was just outside walking around, and like off in the distance down this roadway, it was just open. There weren't trees or anything obstructing anything, but down the road there was like a sign with a light shining on it, and I couldn't really make out what it said.
Mm-hmm.
So on my way walking towards it, I start hearing like a banshee wail, like way off in the distance, and then another one, and then another one, and then it's like a symphony of them, and they're right behind me, like they're that close. And then I turned to look like what's behind me, and those mud ruts. It wasn't mud, it was blood, and it was people.
Blood ruts.
Mm.
And they started like getting up out of the
Like
ground.
zombies?
Not like zombies. They were just like reforming into humanoids. And then
Maybe it's that Game of Thrones robe.
Yeah.
Have you been watching any?
Could be
No, I
White
don't
Walkers.
No, I didn't watch it. I've been watching a lot of
That
like,
is straight up White Walker.
a lot of the riots and the and all that shit. Maybe
Oh, that's
that has
probably
something
getting
to
in
do
there.
with it.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, Johnstown had a protest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that Walmart closed down at like noon.
It's like 10 miles away.
10 way up
Yeah.
on another hill, in like what would be considered like, I guess, a suburb
Yeah,
of Johnstown.
over yonder.
And they barricaded their doors with water bottles, like pallets of water bottles.
And they boarded everything up.
And they boarded up Petsmart. Petsmart in the suburb built wooden frames around their windows and boarded the whole place up. Like somebody's gonna fucking trash it for bird seed. I don't know what the fuck they thought people were gonna loot. Cat food,
Squeaky toys.
squeaky toys, like
Cats.
lizards. Probably around
Fish.
here they were like,
Yeah,
we gotta lock up those lizards and gerbils and shit.
I was just gonna say.
Gotta lock those gerbils up. These motherfuckers. I couldn't believe that. I could not
Yeah.
believe that fucking PetSmart boarded this shit up.
Well, Uncle Jesse was driving through right then, and she's like, I might be home a little later because they're having protests. It's like, I told you they were having protests at like noon a couple days ago. She's like, oh. She's like, yeah, they're like lying in the street. I couldn't even, down by the War Memorial, she couldn't even go, so she had to go up and around through Westmont. I said, yeah, just go around. You know, good for them. I'm glad they had it.
Yeah, I'm glad they had it too. Peaceful.
Yeah,
obviously it was
absolutely.
all peaceful, no problems or anything.
Yeah, if you check like the local news message boards or the
Oh
newspaper
boy,
message
what do
boards,
they say?
Oh, it's just the dumbness that you could only imagine, you know.
They were bussed in.
Huh?
They were bussed in. I read that.
Yeah, I heard also they were saying that there was violence and stuff. Totally not true. There was no.
I didn't
acts
hear
of
anything about
violence.
violence. In the video I saw of it, I mean, they blocked the
Yeah.
street for like a
Yeah.
minute. You know what I mean? They laid down in Central Park. It wasn't like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know.
Sounds like a fake protest to me from your fake news media.
Ooh, yeah.
You have
Fake.
to bus in protesters? Come on.
I
Well,
don't
no,
think
no,
you
no,
had
no.
to. in
That's not
Johnstown.
genuine. That's not
No,
genuine.
no. Well, the agitators come from out of
Yeah.
this area because this is a pure area. You know, they bring the people in. I mean, they say that in all these cities that it's outside agitators. A lot of it turned out to be kind of true, though.
Except for they were
Well,
right
if
wing.
you count
Yeah, exactly. They were.
if you count bust in being from like Altoona or something, I don't really count that as bussing in because it's
Right.
a local area.
I
you
agree.
know?
Yeah, it's not
So
like
that's all right.
Antifa
Philly.
came in from fucking
Maine
L.A.
or
or
something.
Berkeley. Yeah,
Yeah.
Antifa came in from Berkeley to push riots.
They don't
and-
need to bring Proud Boys from anywhere. 'Cause
No, hell no.
We home grow them.
Fuck yeah.
Not to be the devil's advocate, but if you need to hitch a bus ride to get to the protest, you maybe need to make some life changes.
I think it's just collecting and organizing.
Like if you need, like, oh man, the bus is
Maybe
leaving.
get your finances.
The Greyhound.
Yeah. I got to catch this bus, man. I got to get to the protest.
Maybe they think green.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Carpooling.
Yep.
Doing some
In
carpooling.
this area, no.
No. I
This
bet
is
you.
where diesel trucks blow
Yes,
clouds.
that's
of
what I
smoke.
was gonna say. I bet you there were diesel trucks like just trolling the perimeter,
Right,
just
with the big flag
wishing.
sticking out the back.
The footage, the little bit of footage I did see was, I think it was Altoona, and there was all types of pudgy dudes wearing fatigues, standing off to the side, holding rifles. You know what I mean? Like Get her done, you know.
We're gonna shoot these boys off force.
Let them try to loot my Petsmart.
They better not be treading on my gerbils.
Leave my gerbils alone.
I need my fish food. Don't you dare be fucking with my fish food.
We just got these masks off. I can finally go get some food.
Yeah, restaurants and bars opened up around here, but it's insane. Like, if you walk around inside, you got to wear a mask, but if you're sitting, you don't. Somehow
It's an interesting.
it's really bizarre, man. All these rules, we're so caught up in the details.
I think it's a social experiment.
The
It's
whole
not-
COVID thing?
No, well, I think they found an opportunity to.
Who?
I don't know who they is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think once they realized, okay, we've got something that can rile up. There's more. Man, you made me forget my train.
No, why? That's why I was trying to do it subtly. Subtly. But, yeah, since you lost it, I'll just cut in. I think you were right last week, you know, about the subliminal World War III or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was my
Okay, that's right. I figured you were leading into something like that.
They need to see just how much people can be told what to do,
Well,
and it's in certain aspects ridiculous and or antithetical to what they're showing. So you get a lot of people to be like, all right, I'm gonna wear the mask. I'm gonna wear it in my car. People driving around with masks in their car. It's like they don't get what it.
Yeah,
what
it's not
they're
for
doing
your
or
protection,
why they're
it's-
doing it.
Yeah.
But that's pretty common. People in mass really don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it.
well, I gave the old Silver Fox a call this week. We had talked for like 2 hours because, you know, I come from a long line of,
Hippies.
yeah, I do.
Radicals.
I do.
Out there.
Yeah,
For
that's
one,
the
they
word.
moved out west,
Yes.
up into Colorado before it was the thing.
Yeah, he used to do a lot of protesting back in the 60s. So I wanted to get his spin, see how, you know, things were different, you know, what his thoughts were on a lot of this stuff. And my Gus Bus's mom was at Kent State when they had
the
all
shooting
that stuff happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he was saying, and he brought up a valid point, with the COVID, with these protests and riots going on, with our current president doing or not doing anything. The elections are coming up in November, and there's a very big possibility that, there's too much shit going on, we're going to delay the elections. And then keep
Absolutely.
delaying the elections, and then he's just not going to leave.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
well, there's
that's a huge, and I
There's
knew,
definitely going to be an issue of that.
yeah. So he's going to take more power, and then just, I'm here. We can't give up because there's too much stuff going on right now.
I'm going to finish this.
Yeah, I could definitely see.
Bill Maher's been saying that for years, that he's not going to leave.
Yeah, there's
even if he's
definitely gonna
voted
be an
out, he's
issue.
not going to leave.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
going to
it's
be an
gonna
issue.
And then, like, one of the things, the only guy when he was president, when he got elected, that he surrounded himself with, that I had respect for, was General Mattis.
Mattis went
And when
off.
he came out, you know, and I understand why he waited so long, because being a lifelong military guy,
chain
you
of
know,
command.
that just like a cop,
You follow the rules,
Yes,
and
yeah.
you know that chaos is worse than
Right.
order.
Right.
You know what I mean? Order can be fixed or directed.
Exactly. And
to
when
where-
it starts delving into chaos, you have to say what you have to say. And
Right.
I was very happy he finally spoke out, and that hopefully should carry some weight.
What I don't get is calling out the National Guard. Like, National Guardsmen are generally citizens of their neighborhood.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
They're not
so
in their
to
neighborhood.
pull them out of their neighborhood and put them somewhere else and put them in a police duty, you're just wrapping police in a different uniform.
Right.
Like, that's kind of naughty pool.
Or the prison guards they brought out.
Yeah, like
It-
just break out the army. Yeah,
And then
We'll
the
fix
fact that
this,
the
yeah.
fact that they
Or
started
the heaviest thing we
removing
have at it.
when they started removing identification.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's that right there. If that
Yeah.
doesn't fucking shake you a little bit,
It should.
You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
should for sure.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you can't even identify these motherfuckers now.
Oh, I got it now. Okay.
Bullshit.
The biggest thing I can't understand is how these people, and I've talked to a lot of them, unfortunately, they think it's more plausible and more believable that this COVID and all this stuff is a huge conspiracy by the Clintons or something against the current president. They find that more believable than he's a fucking asshole.
Right.
And that's fact. I don't know, at least 5, 6 on social media that I'm friends with. It's true.
They believe that Hillary Clinton
Yeah.
and her followers or
orchestrated all of this to make Trump look bad. And it's not his fault.
It's
And
convenient.
how is that even a rational thought?
Wow.
I would say before Hillary Clinton, you would have to look to Russia or China. Like I said
Yes,
last week,
yes.
maybe this is how world wars are fought now. This is how wars are fought, from the inside. Espionage. You fuck
One
with
man went into the bathroom and there's a poop in the tub. Who pooped in the tub? the one man that went in there. yeah.
Tub
There's
pooper.
there's a poop in the tub.
One time there was a party at my house, and this dirty fucking Cleveland Indians fan was so drunk she puked hot dogs all over my bathtub and didn't clean it up. That just popped into my head with this buzz
Oh
on.
my God, both of you. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, to throw that in,
I came up with a beautiful metaphor
We
of
both
pooping
know
in the tub.
somebody who
Yeah.
I literally watched. She got really drunk and was wearing like stretchy pants,
Oh,
leaning over the tub, and you see this lump growing in the back of her stretchy pants. And we get her to sit down and wiggle and
Like
stuff.
Alien?
Like yeah,
the
it's
alien
like
coming out
it
of
was
the
like
body?
no, like
was like a
you know
baby
the Play-Doh
Gray.
Yeah.
squeezers,
Yeah.
the Play-Doh
Fun
squeezers,
Factory.
where they come out real slow.
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, she was a good woman.
did you come?
She was a.
She was a good woman.
No,
I was
he
gonna ask for some
I thought he
digits.
was there, but he wasn't there. We talked about this
I wasn't
numerous
there.
times. Yeah.
No,
That's a rough one, man.
I was there before that. So I was thinking this morning that it was a couple things. Like you were talking about nightmares and getting up at 4:30 because you had a nightmare, and I got up at 5 o'clock, but I'm used to doing that because of work. But I was thinking about pooping and how sometimes I feel like I'm just there to feed the toilet. Like I'm just my whole purpose in life is to do nothing but feed the toilet.
Play-Doh Fun Factory syndrome.
It's like
In goes the Play-Doh, out comes the shape.
yeah. Like it's like I'm just there for this toilet, and then I think like we all like.
Do you think toilets are the master race, and they have us in like little farms where they
Maybe.
just feed off of
Like the Matrix.
Like we milk cows.
Like the Matrix, instead of living in bubbles,
They're
you know what I
milking our
mean?
poop.
And they get it from our feces. Like I poop sometimes like 3 or 4 times in the morning.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's
it's
pretty
like
often.
It's like a can
Do you
of
know what
like
destroys your poop?
whipped cream. What?
Bacteria, rotating biological contactors. Yeah. So they'll have a film.
RBCs.
They'll have RBCs. They'll have a film, a rotating disc that's just covered on both sides with bacteria. So it makes maximum surface area to contact to the volume of liquid that is waste, and it breaks down your waste. And in 7 days, it's back to clear water.
In 7 days,
Yeah.
poop water turns back into regular water.
Mhm.
7 days,
Yes.
really.
What if you
That's
shake?
it?
Yeah.
What if you shake it?
I think
Then
you can do
you're-
anything.
What
to it.
about things that don't break down, like corn?
They get caught in the trash rack.
Peanuts.
They get caught in that There's a trash
trash
rack.
rack,
for
yeah.
poop.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
the sewer.
Oh, the actual
plants.
process. Yeah.
I thought he was talking about our bodies.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
okay,
that
so you're
makes
talking
sense.
about the stinky sewer plants.
Yeah, where it
That's
goes.
kind of cool. I never know how they worked.
Yeah.
That's how they work. Yeah.
So they just inject a lot of bacteria.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll see like big ponds. Those are aeration ponds, so
Yeah.
they can't give dead water because it still has a lot of biological oxygen demand.
Okay,
BOD.
then what do you think is the problem with the?
So it would kill a river if you dumped it right out of it. So sometimes you'll see those
Yeah.
ponds just to give it oxygen again, make it normal water.
like the
Yeah, but
Ganges,
yeah.
like that's dead.
And then they
Oh,
do
yeah.
what with that
Because
water
of all the
afterwards?
poop in it.
Yeah, the solution
And dead
to
bodies.
pollution is dilution, and it's just way too much. Like the Ganges can't handle anymore. Yeah,
And people
Yeah.
bathe in there. And
yeah.
So after it goes through the poop cleaning bacteria and then it sits in the pond, then what do they do with that water?
Right back to the stream.
To a stream.
Yeah, as long as
Oh.
it meets effluent standards. Yeah.
So it could go into.
And
that's
those
why they
standard-
put the fluoride in there, isn't it?
To make it have
To
white
kill
teeth?
some of that stuff.
No, fluoride was put in water to
Strengthen
because
teeth.
we like
To
a lot
mine-
of mountain areas like this Appalachian stuff. There's no fluorine in any of the water here. It's just not in our geology. So it's anywhere else in the world, there's a natural tiny little amount of trace fluorine that you need in your body for healthy teeth and healthy bones. So we didn't have it, and they started to see a marked trend in broken bones and bad teeth, so they introduced it as fluoride pills. That's it.
And so, but they stopped doing that around here, right? Did I hear that right?
Yes.
I heard that they stopped doing it in
Yes.
Johnstown. Like
Yeah.
they decided to be done with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna get a bunch of brittle bones around here? or
It's
what?
up to people to do it for their own kids themselves. Yeah, you make the choice.
Maybe
Because
you're saying it could not be meth mouth that everybody runs around here with.
It could be a conspiracy by
Yeah.
Hillary
It's
Clinton.
meth mouth.
Exactly.
It's meth mouth.
Hillary Clinton pulled out the fluoride. Now we got meth mouth.
Squeezed out all the
running rampant.
toothpaste.
Fluoride was the only thing saving them.
Yep.
How do you get fluoride? From just toothpaste?
It
Yeah.
doesn't come from tooth.
I gotta eat.
You mean as an
I gotta eat toothpaste?
That's pretty much where you get it from. Or
as an alternative
you can chew on
source, you
tin
mean.
cans, maybe. I don't
Oh,
know.
hey,
The goats should be high in
I
fluoride.
know a guy.
It tastes pretty good.
Scrotum yogurt.
It's like, man, this is good. What's the
Scrotum
big deal?
yogurt. You like it?
No, I don't like. No, not that part. I don't like any of it, to be honest with you.
No.
I'm offended. You said I eat my own cum.
I didn't say your own.
Well, you said I eat cum. That's weird. That you would offend me like that.
This is the most interesting conversation I've ever watched.
But.
Have like one or two lines in
Like
episode.
I heard something the other day about, talking about the dumbing down of America, how like in the 60s and early 70s, whenever you saw a guy in a lab coat in a movie or on TV or something like that, he was giving information. He
Yes.
was telling them how it's going to work out. And then it just slowly became like during the 80s, you just started to say if the guy with the lab coat came in, it was things were fucked.
Yeah.
He was fucked. He was the guy who
Or he's
was
creepy, or he's a nerd, or
he
he's
was
a-
the guy who
yeah.
was breeding dinosaurs and gonna
Yes,
fuck
you
us
didn't know what he
all
was
up.
doing. Yeah,
And
yeah.
Right.
it's the same kind of shit with Reds. And then to bring it back to pooping, it's like being awake is like you're conscious, you're taking information in, but then when you sleep, you forget it, which is like pooping.
What the fuck?
You're shitting info.
You shit it all
Shitting
out.
data.
You shit it all out, and you
I
start
see
over
the
the next
parallels,
day.
yeah.
You get it? You get where I'm coming from?
That's
with
the
that?
head sweats.
Yeah, the head
The mind
sweats.
sweats.
The
Those are the
dreams.
worst.
Your dreams are like pooping. You get rid of the stuff you don't need anymore. You like wash out the waste.
Do you dread your poopings?
Do I dread my poopings?
Like,
No.
like this is the third time I got to poop this morning.
No.
You're just used to it now.
It-
Or do you celebrate it? You're
It's
like,
what
oh, I
it
get to
is.
poop again.
No, it's just like anything, like taking a piss. It's just evacuating. Just like dreaming. It's
And
just
you've pondered
evacuating.
it this much. Isn't that interesting? That it's in the moment, it's not a big deal, but that's interesting. I think you got something there. I think you eat too much weird shit.
No,
And you don't sit down
Beans.
when you eat, and
And
that
you
might-
don't sit down. When
that's
you
not even scientifically accurate. I've explained that to you, how wrong you are on
Well,
that.
listen.
Like I've totally explained to you that like it's actually better to stand up and eat.
Well, that's what you say.
because it's a straight line.
All right, so who are we going to believe? The guy wearing the Game of Thrones robe, who's never seen Game of Thrones? So he's like a fair weather fan of Game of Thrones.
He's a
Excalibur.
poser.
He's a band, right? He's a poser.
I saw Excalibur.
You're a Game of Thrones poser.
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 Who? Harry Hamlin. Harry Hamlin. No, that wasn't Excalibur. That was
Yeah.
Clash of the
Clash
Titans.
I'm the Harry Hamlin of this group.
No diggity. No doubt. You guys got the same shaped head.
That's true. We do.
Medusa couldn't turn that to stone.
That's why they sent a Hungarian in to fight Medusa, because
He's already
he's
stoned.
immune to petrify.
Oh, you make it too easy, man.
I try.
Tossing up them softballs. So Amanda Nunes fought last night.
Yeah, I wanted to see
you
it.
see
I
it?
couldn't
She
stay up.
won.
No.
She won.
Yeah.
But how bad was it?
Supposedly the
was it
opponent
brutal?
had a huge.
Like-
Yeah, she beat the shit out of the girl. She beat her in every facet.
She had a huge sakula knot on her head, right?
Yeah, she tore her up.
Really?
Yep. But a guy bet $1 million that Amanda Nunes would win. He put $1 million on the line to win $160,000.
That's pretty sure.
That they're hurting.
That's
Yeah.
pretty crazy, huh?
They're hurting for
Yeah.
the gambling.
Who the fuck has $1 million to put down
on
on
a
so-
fight? Yeah.
to win 160K? Like, if you have $1 million, 160K, well, like, what the fuck does that even mean to you?
That covered his tab in Vegas, probably.
Yeah,
That's-
right. Yeah, that's some serious fucking gambling right there.
Yeah.
They say the dude that runs the UFC like has a
Dana White.
a big like $4 million sometimes at a pop will gamble away.
Oh,
right?
no shit. Yeah, a lot of those
It's
high.
another
I mean,
level, man.
Yeah.
I think it's people, entrepreneurs, and aggressive business people
Yeah.
Yeah.
are
It's a
typically
personality
Risk
type.
taker.
bipolar.
Like Michael Jordan was supposedly a
Right.
big-time
Degenerate
gambler.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Charles
a lot
Barkley,
of those
like,
risk takers
yeah,
have
yeah.
that.
It's
It's
competitive.
a trait. Yeah.
They have to push it.
Yeah, he ain't gonna like sitting on the couch watching episodes of reruns of Mama's Family.
Mm-mm.
You know?
And he's
No.
missing out, man.
He's
That's
gotta
a pretty
go
good
off.
It is a good show.
They got to push it.
show. Horrible.
Is that Nell Carter?
No, that's it was a
Nell
spin-off
Carter was
from
"Give Me a Break."
That's it.
Give Me a
Yes.
Break, I sure
Yeah.
could use it.
Nell Carter was
Dun, dun,
awesome.
dun. I love Nell Carter's. She was in Hair. She
Was
sang
she?
White Boys and Black Boys, that song.
I never saw her.
Mm-mm.
Give me a hint.
I know what it is, but
She
I've
sang
never
White
seen it.
Boys.
He's into
are
musicals.
delicious.
I
really
can
love
see
that
it.
album. The cast recording of Hair from Broadway from 1968. It's
Isn't that Rosie O'Donnell or something?
no, but Nell Carter's sings on it. A lot of famous people. I can't think of them though.
Mm.
Rickety?
No,
No.
he wasn't in it. He doesn't sing.
he wasn't in
I know what the poster looked like.
What did it look like? A big
It's
old
like
Hair?
piece together things of hair, like in the '60s, like
colors.
yeah, like
a
tie
good-
dye
Good
look.
description.
Tie dye look like different vivid
Yeah.
colors of different cutout people.
You should give it a listen. I mean, if
A
you-
collage?
Are you being honest with me right now?
I am. I really like that album.
You're fucking wasting your time if you're telling me to give the Hair album a listen.
You should listen to it. And
Is that his music pick of the
and
week?
no.
Is that your music pick of the week? The Hair album?
Yes, it's the
What the
You gotta
fuck
lock that
happened to
in.
you this
original
week?
cast recording.
Can somebody start
You
a
need
tally?
to take that cloak off.
I'm going to riot here. I want to protest.
Light it on fire.
I'm going to protest in front of this house.
There's
This
a-
motherfucker in here.
There's about 31 songs on there.
Oh,
I
God.
would love to see some unidentified cops come in here and beat the shit out of you right now.
And take you fucking back to Winterfell.
You guys are.
Oh, God damn her, kitty.
Man, that was hot. Take your hair singing, your
Is that why you have a Wookiee mug, too? For the hair?
I like him. He's a good guy.
What else you got on that notepad?
Want to hear a joke?
Oh, God.
Sure.
All right, here we go. How do you get a nun pregnant? Have an altar boy fart in her pussy.
Oh my god!
Good Lord,
I thought I had a comeback for that one. I don't. Damn.
That's too gross. And
It's just gross.
yeah, I got a cleaner joke.
All right, go ahead.
What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
Mm.
Supplies.
There you go. There you go.
That's
Now
that's
we're
a
back.
dazzler
That's
joke.
pretty good. Yeah.
We're back in the dad joke arena. That's where we need to be.
I only know two of them. I can't think.
Music pick for the week, probably pretty obvious, as they're big time now. But Run the Jewels 4,
Oh.
awesome album. Check that out.
What's your favorite one on there so far? Or which one stands out?
Are
to
they
you?
all good?
I think the whole album is good. E.T. versus Aliens
Yes,
is probably my favorite
Goonies.
track on
Goonies. Is
there.
it
Goonies versus E.T.'s or something like that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I have to listen to it. I
Mhm.
forgot.
It's good shit.
You like it?
No
So
doubt.
I learned about a new new substance this week. It's called, and it's big time in the medical care business, which I'm in.
Oh, you are.
It's called Thickened. You know what Thickened is?
Yeah,
Did
unfortunately.
you pour it in to make
What?
like the
You,
shit?
it's this
thick?
powder that you
Yeah.
put into drinks
It's fucking.
to make them thick. Yeah, I had to clean it up off the floor. I thought it was poop, like red poop on the floor, but here it was like red juice with thickened.
Yeah. It's
And-
hard to clean
Was
that
it
stuff
like
up.
picking
isn't
up
it?
cranberry sauce?
Oh my god, man! If you let that shit sit on the floor for a little while and you don't know what it is, it's very disturbing when you're trying to scrape it up, clean it up. But yeah, I was thinking it would be a fun game to play. is we get some thickened and have different drinks and
Oh, I have a problem eating stuff I don't like.
Oh yeah, me too.
I do.
Me too.
I will.
But not drinking. You didn't
yeah,
mention
drinking though. Drinking. You get a drink you like, and we put some thickened in it.
Mountain
The
Dew.
texture, man.
Yeah.
The texture gets me.
It's gonna be.
It'd be like
Oh.
mushy banana.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
texture. God damn.
Mushy
Not-
banana's good.
Not quite beef stew.
It's like collagen.
It's gotta
filler
be
or
like
something.
gelatin,
Gelatin.
or something.
Did you ever do
Yeah.
the cement mixer, where you like put a shot of Bailey's in your mouth,
Ew.
and then you throw 151 on it and swish it around,
Oh fuck
and
that.
it like turns to cement. It's called a cement mixer. And then you swallow it down.
Really?
It's
What?
truly vile.
Is it?
Yes,
Bailey's
it turns.
is
It like turns to
151.
cement.
Bailey's
gross.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has like
Do you
that
like
thickening-
Bailey's?
The
What?
thickening effect.
Do you
Yes.
like Bailey's?
Did you know that a Bailey is the courtyard of a
Yes,
castle?
I did.
I knew you'd know
Dungeons and Dragons.
that. Yeah.
Mm.
What's the knockoff Dungeons and Dragons?
There isn't.
There's not. There wasn't a competitor.
Yeah,
there was
Angels
at
and
first-
Monsters or something.
There
it?
was
something in Monsters.
when it
or-
first Dungeons and Dragons first came out. There was a game called Empire of the Petal Throne, which was the same type, although like different worlds and stuff.
Petal or pedal?
Petal,
T.
like a flower petal.
Yeah.
And it was badass. And then TSR, who came out with Dungeons and Dragons, bought them out and shelved it, so the Dungeons and Dragons would sell.
No shit.
Dungeons
makes
and
sense,
Dragons
yeah.
is a great game, but this Empire of the Petal Throne is amazing. It's
No
it's
shit.
like as in depth as the Lord of the Rings worlds are. It's that in depth. I mean, they have their own languages and
Yeah.
everything, and it's
D&D's
fucking cool.
pretty fucking in depth. How can it's
It
more
is,
in
it
depth
is.
than that?
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit.
It is. It's very in depth,
You mean like lore wise?
lore wise,
it's
and
that-
it's as in depth as the characters go and their personalities and the world and everything. It's almost like an actual role playing game. Like you sit at a table and you have to actually play your character.
What was
like
your guy's
act your
name?
Character. Man, I can't even remember.
Was it a guy?
No, he was like
Like
a
an elf or whatever?
He was like a lizard, not lizard, a bug dude. Yeah,
Like
like
a
a big praying mantis guy.
What
Those
came
things are-
first,
That
like
was
D&D or those like flip to like decision books? Like,
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, choose your own adventure books. D&D
Because
was
I had
before that.
I had choose your own adventures when I was like in
Yeah.
grade school. You order through that book club.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
whatever.
you get the.
So that
pamphlet,
would have
yeah.
been 80s. So a little bit before, right around the same time. D&D and stuff came out in 70s.
Yeah, I'm sure it didn't catch immediate momentum. I'm sure it took a little while after it came out.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they weren't standing up along the aisles to get the new D&D release. It
Well,
probably
sometimes you did with the manuals.
I mean,
in-
just
in the
coming out. Just
bookstores
coming out
then.
though. It took
Like
probably,
we used to when we would walk around the Richland Mall. We'd always go into the bookstore there and check out all. That's where you bought your
Right,
D&D stuff.
right.
You know, so you check out what the new stuff was. You didn't have computers to look up
and
information.
that stuff nowadays.
So that's
is-
where everybody who wanted to know about it, that's where they went.
Right.
So maybe it did have a.
Comic book stores too.
Yeah. Card stores.
Mm-hmm.
And that Warhammer stuff is.
Oh my God! When we were in Scotland, they had a Warhammer store on the main drag.
No shit.
In Edinburgh. Yeah, it all it was Dedicated to Warhammer. That's it. Yeah, that's a fun ass game. But all those little, you would be awesome at the little
That's what I
miniatures.
was. Yeah. That's.
Oh
they
my
have all
God,
that.
their
It's-
armies because you got to play them like that. But
Right.
that's why I didn't play because I can't paint for shit. I didn't want my dudes to look like.
Well, I get
ass,
what you mean.
you know. But yeah, you would be good at that. I think
saw
you'd
that
enjoy
there-
that game too.
There are people
Strategy.
online who make a living painting those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend that, I mean, I saw his collection of them and I was just baffled. Like, how many hours did that take you, man?
And how much money?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
A lot
expensive.
of
He's like,
money.
I've been
That
doing this
shit
since
is
I've been
not
12.
cheap. The
Amazing.
like the crafting supplies they sell along with it with their logo on it. You get a little tub of paint and it's like it's way expensive.
Oh, speaking of that, interesting story. One of my buddies hit me up and like the magic cards we all used to play when it first came out and stuff. And he still had a bunch of his cards from when he first came out. And we knew. He finally went and got them graded. And this one he has, it's an unlimited set. It's a Black Lotus. It was graded a 9.5 out of 10.
Oh, my.
So it probably sells for, on eBay, 18 to 20 grand.
What the fuck?
Yep. Yeah.
Do you still have yours?
No, I don't.
You sold them? or
No.
Lost them?
My ex has them.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a bitch.
Yeah. I didn't have. I had some of those back in the day, but I used to trade them for pounds of weed.
Oh, really? The cards?
Yeah. Yeah.
No
That when
shit.
I'd come up from Florida.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
You
That's
collect
what
comic
I would
books
do.
too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
That's a
used
true
to. I had a
wizard. I'll
wicked
turn this
ass
card into
comic book collection. I had Iron Man #1,
No
number 2,
shit.
number 4,
Yeah.
number 6. Yeah.
Wow. The earliest. Well, I had the first appearance of Mimic in X-Men, which was
Oh.
like X-Men 16.
Uh-huh.
I had X-Men 16, 17,
Wow.
and 19.
That's early, man.
Yeah,
The
they
earliest
weren't
I
worth
had were
shit.
like the 80s
Yeah.
or 60s.
I got them for Christmas or something. And then I had the first appearance of Cloak and Dagger and like Spectacular Spider-Man.
That remember when we lived in Moxham and that old dude came and brought that box of comic books? Do you remember that? He brought
No.
a box of them. It had like X-Force or not X-Force, X-Factor #1. No real high dollar ones, but like some like #1 Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, yeah.
$10 comic book. But it brought us a bunch of those. And
Oh, no
Yeah.
shit.
yeah, you had all those from the Cleveland Public Library.
Yeah, all mine were
Oh,
stolen.
man, yeah, we did have a fair amount of comic books.
Oh,
for
yeah.
as poor
Yeah.
as we were, we would always read them and shit.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. One summer I lied about my age to work this job, and I remember to get $5 an hour, and I thought that was shit.
Pimpin'.
That is, yeah.
$5 an hour?
To do something that you like.
Walking and delivering flyers
Wow.
is what I was doing. And that whole summer, man, like a dumbass, all I did was spend my money on comic books. Like a
Do you remember which ones? Like the
Oh yeah, like the
X-Men.
Wolverine, like
Yeah.
the
Punisher.
During the '80s, they made like a Wolverine 1, 2.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
those
from the
were
beginning, I
badass.
got those.
the one where it's a close up of his face with
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
With
Yeah, I
the,
had all
like-
those.
with the foil cover.
Yeah, Punisher,
Yeah,
Punisher
yeah.
War Journal. I liked a lot.
I
That
did
was
too.
good stuff.
Yep.
That's where I think
X-Men was my main. though. I loved X-Men.
Oh, mine was Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah, me too.
yes,
Me too.
yes.
Love Judge
I
Dredd.
am the law. Those
Yeah.
comic books, the old Eagle comic
Yes.
ones, were so great.
The art style was fucking awesome. Just I love those Judge Dredd comics. They were
Yeah.
the best. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't have anything left like that from
neither.
childhood to sell. You know,
Yeah.
like do you? I bet you do, Rickety, huh?
Yeah. I
You
was-
still have
yeah,
some stuff.
yeah. I have a ton of old G.I. Joes, Transformers.
No shit.
Well, see, that's what happens when you move around as much as we did.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Really, you still have old Transformers, huh?
Yeah. You have an old full Optimus Prime.
nice.
Like
The
original.
metal one.
Yeah.
Shit.
The metal one, yeah.
Oh, God damn.
We had a bad habit of like getting kites early in the spring and sending things into outer space.
Wow.
Like we would only have enough line and then watch the kite, make sure it was flying really high, and then just there it goes, outer space.
And then what? You
and
put a toy on
yeah,
it
we
or
tie a
something?
toy on it,
Like
and,
a G.I. Joe or
yeah,
something.
and let him go. Yeah,
No shit.
like go.
We'd
forth.
do that with those model rockets.
We were
Me and
idealistic
Seymour.
kids.
Oh yeah,
Did
just
you?
shoot them up, let
we
them
were
go.
shooting those with our kids up in Richland, and there was a baseball game going on, and the little man came down in the middle of the baseball, and we had to run out and grab it. Yeah, but our kids used to love that. You know?
It was almost like you had to sacrifice something for a successful mission. Like
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
dude,
you had to give something up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Setting them on fire was always cool too.
Yeah.
Watching them melt.
Yes.
Or afterwards, they're all burned up. Like this
Yeah.
guy went through some shit.
This is Nom Joe.
You got no legs.
I ain't got time for legs.
Doing little rape scenes, and then there's the distraught
It's up
G.I.
very
Joe.
dark.
The distraught G.I. Joe's on the side, like, oh, I don't know if I want to partake in this.
And then there's one
forced
guy
at gunpoint.
rubbing himself.
It's Merman with his corncob sword.
You guys ever heard of Rocco's Basilisk? Speaking of D&D, Basilisk.
Oh, no, a
Basilisk.
basilisk.
I know
Yeah,
what a
lizard that
basilisk
turns
is.
people
Yeah.
to stone.
It's like this philosophical argument, like if you like something like that simulation theory, to where like we create this AI which ends up creating this being, this super intelligent being, and it's called Rocco's Basilisk, Rokos. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Basilisk is charged with improving life for humans. Okay, so what he does is he makes it to where how did it go? Basically, he makes it to where humans in the simulation, their whole purpose is to create him again. And if they don't, their life is misery.
So are you saying basically what Rocco's basilisk is a nice hefty poop?
Kind of. In the
So you're
future.
striving for future poop. You let it go, and you have to strive for it again.
Yeah, but I think the problem is if you know about it and don't work towards it.
If I don't turn myself into a lizard before I die, I'm
choose
fucked.
to be
Don't
willfully
picture
ignorant.
it. Yeah, don't picture it as a lizard. Just picture it as like an AI. All right. So there's this AI in the future that if we're not working towards it, if we're not working towards this singularity, then that's the cause of suffering.
Okay. I'm
And-
with you there.
And now that you know about it, if you're not doing it, no. Wrong crowd for that one.
No, I think you.
No, that was
onto
good.
something.
Let me see what else I got.
Are you just
They
dropping
can't
it?
all. Yeah, they can't all be.
Do you know
good.
why they call the Jesus lizard the Jesus lizard?
Because it can walk on water. It can skitter
Right.
across water.
Right. I think that's like the dick joke of animal names. The Jesus lizard. Look at him. He walks on water.
This is weird.
Jesus Christ.
For real. Like,
What's going on?
you're going to name it the
What,
Jesus
the-
lizard?
The retard
And
bat
why?
just hits
And
its
why?
rope.
Just to finish off a really bad pun?
Yeah.
Like, this thing's moniker is the Jesus lizard. You know? People are probably looking to it to salvation right now, but
All right, just another random thing I have written down.
you wanted random.
Huey Newton.
Huey Lewis?
Huey Newton in the news.
Fake news, probably, they'll say. And all news matters. That's what they're going to talk about.
All news is good
Oh,
news.
Gary Gnews.
Yes.
Huey Newton in the news.
It's your correspondent, Juice Newton.
It's my band name. That's my new band name.
Juice Newton. You don't.
No, but Huey Newton said that many times the poorest white person is the most racist because he's afraid that he might lose something or discover something that he doesn't have. Take that. Can't all be winners.
That's the least inspirational quote in history.
It's super inspirational. What are you talking about? In these trying times?
In what way is that inspirational?
Wait, read it again?
So,
In these trying times?
Read it again?
Huey Newton. Huey Newton's in the news this week. Many times the poorest white person is the most racist because he's afraid of what he might lose or what he might learn that he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Or what he might discover. Fuck you guys. How about that? How about one of those?
did you read that from his defense?
Did I tell you guys
From
about
his fifth- from his
Rocco's
fifth sexual
basilisk?
assault?
Let's talk about yeah.
Let me just put this out there.
Huey Newton.
It's Jacob Newton's retarded brother.
It's
Carlos
Cam
Newton.
He
Newton's
would
uncle.
not obey Newtonian physics.
Sir Isaac Newton.
Yes. Sir Isaac Newton in the news this week. He was talking about Rocco's basilisk to a bunch of stoners. You can't even have a stoner conversation.
You gave up too quick on it.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
did.
Fuck
You
you guys.
did. The
How about
wheels
this?
were
Give up
just
too
starting
quick.
to turn.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought you were making it
You
up.
can't just throw something out
Sure I
at
can.
us like that
Sure
and
I can.
not give us time to react.
It's like how
I
Sir
absolutely
Isaac
can.
Newton discovered gravity when he got hit in the head with the apple. Immediately, it just didn't click in.
right, it takes
You know?
time.
Yeah, you had to watch it roll down the hill, get a little woozy. I don't know.
Huey Newton.
Hey, Reverend, hold your tongue
Huey Newton.
and say, my preacher gave me a shiny apple.
Wait, what are you saying?
Hold your tongue.
Hold your tongue out of your mouth.
Well, you got to do it so that we can
I'm
see
not
what the
doing
fuck
it.
it. Why?
Why?
Because
Well, then we're not
He
we're
wants
not entertaining
Ricky
the
to do
thought.
it.
We're not in it.
You
We're not
can't-
entertaining.
you've got a lot of rules this morning.
Listen, I'm trying to put together a fucking program here. All right,
Program.
I'm trying to put
Huey
together a
Newton.
program.
Program.
In the news this week. Can I have some weed? Can I take a hit of that weed?
Shit.
I'm gonna have to deal with you motherfuckers today because you are god damn. I'm throwing out real shit. Huey Newton
You don't even know who he is, though. I can't remember.
You don't know who he is?
I think he's on the box of Quisp cereal.
No.
What's
He's an
Yeah, that
activist.
cereal no one ate. And he
Yeah.
went to poor people's houses. And
He was
Quisp.
An activist.
He was an activist in the Black Panther Party in the 60s.
And they...
And he wrote a lot of interesting shit about the American empire. It's no longer, we're not colonists, because if colonists leave, there's something there to come back. Mm-hmm. The United States is an empire because we go places and we dissolve the resources,
Right.
and enslave the people to where when we leave, there's nothing left for them.
right? It's like slash and burn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I get. I've heard that before.
Alan Moore.
A country is only great as its natural
The author?
resources.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reading suggestion this week, Alan Moore's Promethea.
You read the whole thing?
Don't worry about that. Suggestion. I don't read. It puts me to sleep.
It's just a suggestion. He's got one eye.
Reading makes me super tired and sick in the stomach.
Makes me poop.
Who did used to read a lot though.
I did used to read a
D&D
lot.
books.
Dude, if you read on the toilet, it might kill you.
What?
It'd be like a self-perpetuating machine.
No, I can't. I got a lot of problems with my eyes right now. So I'm having a lot of problems at work, walking into things,
Poop.
spilling things.
Poop.
And if I fixate on something like the Thicket, it might be like the brand, but I think the stuff is called Thickened.
I think you're right.
That kind of shit will just mesmerize me for a week. Like,
You want to play with it?
I want to try it in water. I want to try it in like Mountain Dew. I want to try it in beer.
You're doing science.
I want to like drink some oatmeal beer
Experiment.
because it makes things like the consistency of oatmeal.
Yeah, that's
You know?
gross. No.
It's like, what if we got some Jack Daniels and put thickened
The
in
honey?
it? You just drink like some honey Jack, like a syrup. Alan Moore,
Is it a novel or graphic?
Huey
novel?
Newton.
Jerusalem. It's like a graphic novel.
Ooh. Where'd you get it from? Was it
Promethea
on-
and Jerusalem. Online. I looked at it online. I didn't.
Purchase it.
I don't have a hard copy. I don't have any money for one. But for two, again, it's like I got to take everything in small doses, like computer screens,
Yeah.
TV screens,
Yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that. But not complaining. I'm just saying. Put that on your suggested list this week. Alan Moore, Moore, Promethea and Jerusalem.
Did you get a chance to walk around to your neighborhood?
Huey Newton. Yeah, I walk around my neighborhood all the time. It's tight. It's tight. Oh yeah, how's your bird feeder doing?
Good.
Getting some
They're
work?
using it.
I posted
Nice.
pictures.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice. I saw. Yeah, I came over the one day and birds were in there, man.
They attract
were
a lot
enjoying
of
it.
different cardinals and pigeons.
No
Maybe
shit.
doves. Doves look like pigeons. Though.
Yeah, but they're like
Yeah,
gray.
and they're
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
They're the ones in a where we live. If you drive alongside them, they'll like won't fly until you're like right there, so you hit them a lot.
Oh, do
'Cause
they
they're
really
fucking
get hit?
Stupid. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no
they do.
shit! I thought they were just that fast. They're like,
No, they're just stupid.
They're dumb.
really?
Dumb as fuck. Yeah.
If you ever see a roadkill crow, let me know. Like that must be
No.
a smart bird. 'Cause
Oh,
I've never
no.
seen
Yeah,
a.
no.
I've never seen
Speaking
one.
of that, man,
Never seen a roadkill crow.
I could look up the name, but I watched. Just don't say great shit about me. And there was no drugs involved or anything. But I watched the raven. This lady has an aviary on YouTube, and she's got this raven, and she's got a little microphone and shit. It's like Mabel or something like that is its name. But dude, I watched that shit for like an hour. This bird is talking. Like it fucking goes to the cage, and if it drops its stick out, it's like, oh no, hello, ah," and it goes through like this whole thing, like shit people must have said to it if it dropped. I mean, the way I see it, it's just trying to get somebody's attention, and it's repeating what it heard from the caregiver. But just the amount of shit that they keep in their heads and let it, and then it just like is creative too. They have a little microphone there. It'll get in front of the microphone and make up a song. It's just a trip.
crow
man.
song?
It's Raven. I don't know. Is that
yeah,
the same?
it's not a crow. No,
Is that a crow or a raven?
no.
What is there a
It's a
difference?
raven.
There's ravens.
I'm gonna go to our scientist over here.
Yeah.
Oh, so there is a difference.
Yeah, a raven is a bird that lives in evergreen trees, generally solitary, mate for life, one partner.
But what is
Crow
it?
is a gregarious, smaller version of the same bird with a yellow beak.
It's a
Often
carrion
found
feeder.
too. Yeah. Ravens are big, or they
Oh,
look
is that what it
they
is?
look fluffy. They look like fluffed out crow.
Oh, okay.
And they're smart.
No
Your thumb and
shit.
yeah, you have an unbelievably hard beak. Like
Like a woodpecker.
like
a wedding pecker.
What?
Like getting hit by lightning.
Where is a wedding pecker?
Did you hear that before? Or you just come up with that?
No, I heard that before.
Oh, goddamn.
Well, you didn't?
That's hard as a wedding pecker.
You never heard that?
No,
Really?
I've never heard that.
I
That's-
like it.
I'm
That's
pretty sure I heard that.
That's awesomely wholesome and beautiful.
Wow.
It is
It
wholesome.
is. You can say that in front
I'd
of
say
kids.
it's wholesome, yeah. That's a wedding night pecker now. That's not an adulterous pecker, kids.
Right.
Don't worry.
Your math homework, that's harder than a wedding pecker.
I was seeing where the line was.
Oh, wedding pecker. That's great.
We haven't gotten to wedding pecker status as a society.
I wake up on Morningwood, I was going to say. Morningwood's like that, right?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing.
Uh-huh. Or is that a piss boner?
Piss boners.
Harder than a piss boner.
Yeah, there you go.
I tell you, boys, I was harder than a piss boner.
That motherfucker's harder than a piss boner.
She hit me harder than a piss boner. I'll tell you, right in the mouth. Right across my lips. Like a...
Just like Ronnie sang.
Be my little wedding boner.
Oh, Pecker, my darling.
Oh, that's right. Pecker. Morning pecker.
Wedding pecker.
Wedding pecker. Pecker itself is pretty awesome.
Pecker's a
Pecker neck. You're a pecker neck.
Harder than the pecker at the prom.
You're still on that, right?
Yeah. I got stuck.
Huey Newton was in the news, or not in the news, really. He's not. But it's relevant to what's going on in the news.
Right.
I agree.
So that's for the news. And whatever, the thickening.
The thickening.
Whatever the thickening is. What if you just ate the thickening? Would it do that to your insides, Rickety?
Yes.
It would.
So it's
so
an
when is it?
anti-diarrheal.
So when is it? Yeah. No shit. Or a tampon.
Yeah.
No?
An insidious oral tampon, yeah.
Oh, or like a hypolonic. It's like a way to clean out. You pour some of that in your butthole.
I'm thinking it's going to stop things.
Yeah.
Too much
It'd be
for
like
God.
cement.
Oh my
You gotta
god.
cork it up.
All right, here's
Especially if you put a tampon in there first.
Thank you,
Well,
Huey P. Newton.
it's gonna listen. Here's a thought experiment. What if you poop and then put thickening in the toilet?
We might have to try that.
They must have tried that at a hospital somewhere, I would think, right?
Or old folks home.
Or in a lab with a toilet in the lab. I think they just
You guys just found the new way for me to get fired.
giant like,
Fat bergs,
They
like
call 'em fat
icebergs.
bergs.
Oh,
Yeah.
because it's all just congealed in there. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
And the smell of that, I bet.
Oh,
it's like a mountain range, or no?
Like-
no.
Like
I think
like a in D&D, like one of those
wow.
oozes or the cubes, the
Oh.
gelatinous cubes.
Gelatinous is a good word.
Man.
Gelatinous.
Like that.
Gelatinous cube.
That's
gelatinous
that's
pig.
thanks to Dungeons and Dragons.
That's where you learn big words.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn a lot. You can, yeah.
Because they kind of like
They detail
tell you
things.
this. Yeah.
They give you a description of what things do, and which triggers your learning.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
Hello. Hello.
The crow.
Hello. Brian. Hi. Yeah. Well.
How about I got a topic.
What?
What about all this staged riot material on the streets?
What do you mean?
You didn't see those
Like
videos?
bricks.
Like plastic
Pallets of
bins
bricks.
filled with rubble and bricks, like
No way.
set out by the cops in uniform. Like they're on video taking it out of the back of those, like the SUVs,
Yeah.
and just stacking them. And on like Vine Street or Hollywood and Vine, wherever the stars are,
Yeah.
there was like metal bins every like 20
Of
30
rubble.
feet of rubble, like just staged out there for what?
Huh. Very easily, you could see where those rocks come from, probably. right?
could.
I would take
He's
him to
good.
Rickety, and I would be, then some cool music would come on. I'd be in a sweet suit or something. I don't know.
One of these rocks.
Well,
from
yeah.
Rickety. I need
And
that
I'm like-
stat.
I'm like, I need
this
this
on the
info
roll.
stat, Rickety, and you're like,
I got your rubble right here.
when Rickety, we need to
you want
know.
me to turn this rock into rubble? How do I do it?
No, we don't need you to break it. I
Time
need
and
you to
erosion,
tell me.
baby. Time and erosion.
I need you to tell me where this rock came from. Can you do it?
Yeah, the foothills of the
Earth.
Appalachia.
Like right around here?
Foothills of the valley. Yeah, from which.
So you would know if it was an outside anarchist rock.
Yes.
Or-
if it was an imported rock or a domestic rock, yes.
I wonder how far away you could tell.
Can you tell that by anything that ends in "ock"?
Oh.
You can, because
Tomahawks?
there would be
Or,
only angular rock in that valley. If it was glacial till, it would be rounded. So anything
Socks.
that you saw was
Socks.
any socks,
Docks.
any
Any
docks,
docks?
any fox, any box, any
Oh,
Oh,
stocks. Like
Stocks and
stock
bonds,
market?
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
You can relate to anything. Yeah.
Football
Knocks.
players. Knocks. Jocks.
hard knocks.
Locks.
Locks. Wow.
Flocks. Flocks. He's good at flocks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He knows his people. Another people, Murlocs.
Murlocs.
Dreadlocks.
Oh,
Smocks.
You
Murloc.
better dread these locks.
Ham hocks.
Oh.
You could play along at home.
Ooh.
Goldilocks.
What?
Cock.
Oh, the roosters.
Goldilock cock block. I always wanted to get that powder magician juice, like throw down a cloud of smoke, and then you leave.
Wow.
Like ninjas.
I just thought that would be
Yeah,
the
like
greatest
ninjas,
exit
yeah.
ever.
Say ninja, not
Like if I could just
magician.
exit one time like that.
Yeah.
Exit
Yeah.
stage left even. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Or like a sick poison
Snagglepuss?
concert.
Snagglepuss. A what?
Huh?
Brian? A what?
What do you say?
Or like the pyrotechnics at a sick poison concert.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of
There you
videos about diabetes. I think I have diabetes because I pee a lot.
What color is it?
Hot. It's just like hot urine. Oh, check this shit out.
What color?
Check this shit out.
Are you seeing infrared?
Yeah. Maybe.
Bionic eye.
I see with my nose.
It smells hot.
I'm like the daredevil and like a street dog. Like
I'm
but
understanding.
I
Yeah.
keep the smell around, especially with these masks. Listen, at work, man, I went in this room and this old dude is full face contact, like right in the eyes. This guy won't let me go. And that's rare with a lot of these old timers. They're off in their own world, And I'm looking at him and I go to smile, and then with my my one eye, I spot like this tube coming out of his stomach, and I get the smell of urine so strong, man. I'm like, "Brr, brr," in the mask. I'm trying not to gag, and it was horrible. It was so strong, like the strongest urine you've ever smelled. It's like medicated, but so strong that it made me want to hurl.
Wow.
And that's not a great story for this, but
No, but that's interesting. It gives
Yeah.
some insight to your weight.
and I was wearing a mask, and it was all hot,
yeah.
in that mask.
Did it smell like ammonia?
Oh no, dude, it smelled like hot piss, like real hot piss. Like,
Why don't you put
Try
like a
ammonia.
dryer sheet in there in your mask too?
no, it'll make my skin break out or something. Fuck that shit. I ain't getting pimples over this fucking corona.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of two goats doing it on a mountaintop.
How was that?
I looked it up.
Strangely erotic.
No, it looked majestic.
Majestic. Oh, was there like
It's
What, the
sun
goat
behind-
dong?
Long,
The goat tongue was majestic.
I didn't see any genitalia. It was like a soft, like a Cinemax.
They were just rubbing up on each
They were
other.
all
Dry
mounted up.
humping.
Oh, he was all mounted up on her. And they were on a cliff. Like, I guess they're into that kind of. I don't know. They
Danger
usually-
sex.
Why are you making this face when you're telling this story? Like, you're like smiling.
He's gazing at his Wookiee.
It's heavy metal. Yeah. What is June 7th? Bam.
Boom. 2020.
2020.
Gosh, this year's like almost half over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. 6 months in, we've been on lockdown pretty much the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
It is certainly weird.
Mm-hmm. Election year.
You don't go anywhere anyway.
I know, but it's still weird. Like noticing, like, oh, there's helicopters and planes again, and then realizing I didn't even notice. I didn't hear them for so long.
Right.
This is the Raven. Look at that. Can't you understand what she's saying? I think I can talk to birds. I think I can understand what this bird is saying, man.
This might be the greatest moment.
Your
in
D&D
in
Rangers
the
coming
history
out.
of podcasting right now. This is the greatest moment in the history of podcasting
If
ever.
there were trees, I'd be up in them right now for sure. I'm fucked up. I'd be trying to use something like a bow and arrow, like calling the squirrels and shit. Falconry and Me is the name of the channel. And, I mean, she's got 137,000 subscribers on YouTube, so there's other people who get it. All right, I'm not the only one who thinks they can hear what this bird is saying.
It's like meets train tracks.
Yeah. Right in that vein, yeah, I guess. We're bearing our soul. Listen, everybody's got things they do.
Yeah.
And we come here and we bear it. We're not scared. We are not.
No.
We're not scared like the guys who drive around in tinted windows, and jacked up trucks, and gun on their lap, ready to pop one off if a rider tries to break into Payless. Not in my town. Not my town, brother.
Like the
Not in my town, brother.
The bookstore downtown, they were open. They didn't board up. They let the protesters use the restroom.
It's so fucking funny, man.
Yeah. So Ricky's basilisk.
If you think about it, all right. Now that you guys know about Ricky's basilisk,
Okay. Yes.
And
Let's see in this amount of
and
time.
in the future, if you believe that the technology or our technology is going to keep increasing like it does exponentially, then you got to believe that there's going to be an AI that's going to run simulation. And then Ricky's basilisk is going to come from that. It's going to be, all right, look, now that we can run all these simulations, AI, what's the best way for humans? And it's going to say, I'm going to make it to where if you don't build me, then you'll be miserable.
So is the bug already here? That implies a seed, a kernel, a start. You know, like at the end of that, there's a very much if you don't, then. That implies like an implosive device. It implies like a, you know, is it here or is it not? When does it go off? That's kind of an inflammatory.
Now that you know about it, it goes off.
Yes.
So aren't
And
you
as soon
better
as it
off not
does.
knowing about it?
Isn't that like Adam and Eve and the fucking apple? Isn't it the same thing? Thematically?
Not
Knowledge?
quite.
Isn't it better not to know?
Yeah.
But
Maybe.
once you've heard it, you have to know. But you don't, I don't think.
And once you know.
But his
now
point
you know.
is, once you know and you
Yeah.
deny it, you suffer because
Yes.
Because you denied it?
you are not creating.
So according to the internet, it is that a sufficiently powerful AI agent would have an incentive to torture anyone who imagined the agent but didn't work to bring it into existence.
That's fucked up.
Was there ever a time I shouldn't have brought that up? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think I'm ready to lay my life down for an artificial intelligent agent to come through me to this world.
But that's what
Just
we're
yet.
supposed to be. That's what we're trying to
We're
get
just
to.
conduits. So how do we have to make them?
Yeah, we would have to make. Or no. Or maybe the next level of AI we makes them.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I don't either.
You don't want
Too
to.
much work.
I think that's already what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm not striving.
And you
to
saying it's
make
too much work
anything.
is exactly why we got to make AI to do shit. Because you motherfuckers are all like, nah, I ain't doing it. Nope.
Right. Well, let my kids do it if they want to.
Neither am I. I'm not learning algebra.
Uh-uh.
And especially
No.
when they teach it different now.
Yeah, exactly. It's too
Keeps
hard.
adding in-
It's harder than a wedding pecker.
Yeah.
This has been Us Guys Podcast, episode 72. Thank you. I'm not going to talk anymore. Bird talks from me.
Is that the old lady or the bird? Oh my! It's horrifying either way. Never mind.
Dude.
Oh.
What do you think it is, Rickety?
Oh.
Huh? What do you think we're looking at over here? Thickening's coming.
That makes me want to be Canadian, or like just go cleanse myself in the pure waters of the Arctic to get
Lake
that
Minnetonka.
filth
This makes
out
you.
of my.
Why is this so filthy? It's
Just listen to it.
No, the video we're watching right now is a
Stresses me
lady
out.
sitting in a wheelchair looking at a porno magazine.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Wow.
She's turning pages.
Wow.
She keeps turning pages real fast.
Wow. Bye.
This has been Us Guys Podcast, episode 72. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Toodaloos.
Be safe out there.
Arrivederci.
Don't loot, pay less.
Nope.
Now, I'm supposed to be crazy, man. When I seen it going, that really got me. I don't like it. That stuff got to be hot.